It's time for a very special moment in this Viborg rebuild. We've got our first European group stage game, and of course, it's a home to an English giant in Arsenal. Didier Deschamps' side are coming to visit us here, so let's see if we can shock the world by beating them in our first ever Europa League group stage game. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 31 of this Rebuilding Viborg save from me, Daniel. It is the second stint in Scandinavia and we are back for our biggest moment by far in our time at this Danish club. We face Arsenal at home in the Europa League tonight. I'm sure it'll be a sellout. And then Esbjerg away, an overperformer from last year, the place where we won the title last season on the final day. You can already see in the build-up we've struggled to a draw at the weekend. And I'm a little worried about how we manage our squad over 3 games a week. So if you're looking forward to seeing how we do it and seeing the players we've brought in on deadline day to help bolster the squad and make it possible, then please do add a thumbs up on the video, subscribe down below for daily FM22 content. You can follow all the other key playlists and the Twitch channel up in the eye above. And there's links down in the description to ways to support the channel and to all the other platforms too. So thank you very much for your support as always, as we are back for huge matches with Viborg FF. But for now, we need to reflect on the transfer window, because despite the board rejecting to give us any further transfer budget or wage budget, we have managed to get 3 players in and get 1 or 2 out the club. It's been a really good deadline day given the budget we had. So let's go and meet them. It is a brilliant lineup of talent. And of course, we know about Tobias Anderson, who will be coming to join us in January too. That links up pretty nicely with one of the deals we've got. So let's go to the transfer history and see what's been happening. Matthias Frost, one of the youngsters left on deadline day. He has gone off at 18 years of age. He doesn't have that much potential in truth. What we've got though is 3 signings that didn't cost us a penny in fees. Now, there are some loan contributions, of course, but overall, these 3 signings for no money are exceptional and are a statement of how far our recruitment team has come. First of them, the big problem that needed solving, the area we didn't have a third backup, was centre midfield, and Ben Williamson is coming in on loan from Hibernian. Now, the crucial thing with this deal is he's out of contract next summer there, so we could only loan him until the end of January, by which point we will have got the other midfielder / defender in, and we'll also be able to offer this guy a contract if he's doing really well. He's a tireless midfielder, he's box to box, he works his backside off, you can see his determination, he's not bad technically, and he likes a long shot as well. I think for the money, which is £2,000 a week of wage contribution, we have got ourselves an absolute gem. And when we get to those weekends where we've played in the Europa League, to have a player like this that could just step into the team makes a massive difference from where we were a month ago. And he is joined by 2 more that I'm very excited about. The first one is the latest of the Copenhagen help, Emil Møller. He comes in on loan as a centre-half, right-back and holding midfielder. 2.5-star ability, Danish under-21 international. He's a really good player and he's got all the key attributes to a decent enough level. So another one that should be alright in the league. And in third and finally is a gem. And I genuinely believe if we're here for 2 or 3 more years, we have got ourselves our Sampaio replacement and possibly our star striker of the future. Because Kasper Navicki from Cardiff Met Uni, the scouting team spotted this one, the director of football made the bid. And what a player. £1,500 a week, 2.5 ability, 5-star potential, already worth £2 million. Can play naturally off the right wing or up front, and he scored over 1 in 2 in 74 appearances in Wales. I know it's not the best league, but still, he's a youth international for Wales, he's a brilliant footballer, and although he's only got a 1-year deal, he has got an extension for another year as well, which, in fact, we're just going to trigger straight away. What a signing, what a player, and what a find by our team. So I think you can see why I'm quite excited about the signings. Those 3 have really bolstered our squad, but of course they are new signings, and that means difficulty gelling, as we saw at the weekend. It was our first game after deadline day and one of only 2 games we played off camera, and I think it's fair to say we've not been convincing in either. We won 1-0 at AGF, who struggled last year, and we relied on a very late winner from Thomas Jakobsen, another one of the young summer signings. He popped up in the 89th minute, made a lung-busting run through midfield, and he popped up with the winning goal. So we've got to be pleased with him. And in goals galore in the first half against the Dents, again, a side that struggled a bit last year. We should be hoping to do better than that. It was Sampaio who equalised on the stroke of half-time after David Palmer's early goal was cancelled out by 2 from the visitors. So not the best way to come into this game. The title race is going to be close at the top again. We can see that immediately. Nordsjælland, Copenhagen, Midtjylland in the mix for the first time really, and a few others not too far behind. Brøndby though, really struggling despite winning 2 titles out of 5. So let's have a look at who's in Europe, who's made the group stages, etc. We've got Copenhagen, who finished second to us last year. If we look at the schedule, they have reached the Europa Conference group stages, got through all of qualifying, and despite losing 1-0 to us at the start of August, they've got a real chance of making things happen, because I give them a good chance against Desna and probably Apoel as well. If we go back to see how Midtjylland got on, they got into Europe last year as well. They have got to the European group stages, and they drew at St Etienne. So Midtjylland doing well in Europe as well. And then what about Brøndby, who I think got the last spot? They did. This is great news for Danish football, and it's probably going to mean we all drop points this year. So I'm not sure who's going to come out on top. Maybe that's why Nordsjælland are so close at the moment. For now though, let's go and get into our 2 games. Arsenal is the first. We go as strong as we can, but we've got to factor in, we've got a cup game next midweek. So if we've got people fit on Sunday, we'll make sure they play. Let's get the players closed down where needed, and Geese has joined them. Ramsdale, Rodri, Lokonga's still there, Saka and Martinelli. That is a very strong side for the Europa League. I can see Emil Smith-Rowe there as well. Gabriel and Ben White centre-half, Tierney at left-back. I think we might lose, but the sellout crowd is going to get to see a giant. Okay then, I think our squad pretty much picks itself. We had a few poor performers at the weekend. Rio at left-back was abysmal, but he has been good for us so far. We've also got a couple of areas where it's now tight, particularly when you look in midfield with Cannell or Williamson, very evenly matched. But overall, our 18 is very strong. The only player who might feel like he shouldn't miss out is Rothman, and I'm still not sure if he will actually. He's not. I'm going to take Jakobsen out of the squad for him. We've got Schroeder and Carlson who can cover in midfield too. So this is the team that we're going for today. Lerche between the sticks with Anyembi back at right back. He missed the weekend with injury. Rio on the left alongside Messick and Carter. Vitt, Harbo and Cannell the midfield 3. And then Tobias Beck, Flavio Sampaio and David Palmer. The troublemakers. We need goals from them. It's Arsenal at home in the Europa League. It looks like they've gone very strong. So can we hold them? Can we frustrate them? Or is it going to go the way we expect? Let me know what you think in the comments and we'll go and find out. Well, just one change for Arsenal from their league game. That's a very strong squad they've put out. A lot of originals in there and then big additions like Wrench, like Rodri, like Anguissa. If you look at the bench, they've got Esposito as well, quality attacking player. Came across him a number of times in the head coach this year. But let's just get through and encourage these boys, because anything they can give and anything they can get these fans cheering about will be a massive achievement. Even if they score a goal, I'd be proud of this. We look at the group as it is. We're not expecting to get past Arsenal or Fiorentina. This is about us beating Astana to 3rd place and making sure we're in that Conference League come February. Can we do it? Can we do anything to frustrate Arsenal? Let's find out. Into the first half we go. Well, we talk about Scottish football maybe being overpowered in FM. Aberdeen 4, Dinamo Kiev 0. That might be an example of it. Both leagues loaded, by the way, as Wrench gets the ball into Sambi Lokonga and Bukayo Saka down the right. Good interception from Cannell. Had many of these days in our banger save in FM21, but he can't do anything with that as Messick intercepts for Real. Finds Cannell. Into midfield he goes. Over halfway, good challenge from Rodri, only as far as Harbo. It's a scrappy start. Lots of possession conceded in the middle third, and Palmer takes on Tierney. Doesn't beat him. And Yembi releases Harbo though. Palmer's making a tricky run inside. He's found. There's 2 in the middle. One of them's Flavio Sampaio. And with 4 minutes gone, it's Viborg 1, Arsenal 0. You can't say this. It's because we haven't got the league loaded or the side is weaker. This is Arsenal's best team. And we've just blitzed them in the first few minutes on the counter. What a goal that was. As Anyembi's back on the right with a throw. Don't give it away straight away. We did it in almost every qualifying tie, and we can't afford it tonight, as Vit, over the top towards Sampaio, headed away by Gabriel as far as Palmer. I can only think Arsenal are complacent here. It's the only explanation, as Vit gives it to Harbo again, and Palmer, they can't keep up with us. And Yembi overlapping on the right, 2 or 3 in the middle, plays a 1-2 with Harbo, crosses towards Beck. Ramsdale comes and gets it. Very good goalkeeping, relieves the pressure on his defence, and I'm sure his distribution will be pretty good too. As in goal, he goes for the long kick. Martinelli chases, but Messick wins it. Vit in midfield. Really entertaining start, and a great effort from these Viborg boys. Surely the fans will be bouncing now, as Cannell gives it to Sampaio. Through ball to Palmer, he's got him behind Tierney. David Palmer! I cannot believe what I am watching here. It is 2-0 Viborg in 11 minutes. Arsenal have put their best team out, and we are wiping the floor on the counter-attack. They're going to come back into it. They're going to get stronger, but they've come out complacent and they've been shell-shocked as Martinelli finds Kieran Tierney on the left. Should have done better for that second goal, but he's kept it in on the wing and finds Anguissa. And he's back to the edge to Rodri. He's got time to find Lokonga, chipped into Smith Rowe. Good save from Lerche. He was in behind there, but the goalkeeper would not be beaten. This would be a huge turn-up, even if we can get a draw now, having got a great start. Though Sampaio flicks on the long goal kick. Beck keeps it in, but the ball back is poor, and Smith Rowe can counter to Martinelli. It's going to be a very poor goal to concede this, but it's not. Martinelli puts it just wide. 12 gone. What a game. And how are we 2-0 up? Now we have problems. Not so much in the other game, because Fiorentina beating Astana 2-0. That helps our hopes of reaching Europe after Christmas. But more so, the injury to Flavio Sampaio. Though hang on a minute, Harbo's just put Palmer in. It's over the bar. We're going to take no risk with Sampaio here. Sampaio off, Park on. Let's just hope it's the right decision. Half an hour gone. Don't let it affect the momentum. And we're back with 4 to half time. Arsenal still not creating much, although we have only had the 2 shots on target. It's just that we've scored both of them. Arsenal haven't taken theirs. Martinelli probably had the best chance of the match. And here he goes again in behind. Was he onside? If he was, it's a goal back. VAR's not checking it. It's his first goal of the season. And Martinelli has ended the goal drought. This could be dangerous. Not an ideal time to concede. And on the stroke of half time, it's an Arsenal free kick. Martinelli back across the box. It's headed over the bar by Rodri. We cling on to half time. It is 2-1. But Arsenal were rampant that last 5 minutes. Let's tell the lads we're really pleased with how they're doing. Not in our wildest dreams were we 2-1 up at half time. But we are missing the big man up front in Sampaio. It looks a different threat. We're not holding the ball up. We're not finding the channels so much. And he's not quite as quick, Park. That's the issue. As Lokonga holds up for Rodri. Good save from Lerche. Went through a lot of bodies there, but he managed to keep his composure. On the left-hand side, it's an Arsenal corner. Will be an outswinger from Bukayo Saka. Into the front post, Cannell heads away, and now Palmer can counter, but we don't get to see it. Fiorentina get a third in our group against Astana, so even if we do fall away here, we got the result we needed in the other game. Well, to be honest, the stats are now Arsenal dominant. I don't know how we're winning this at the moment. Fiorentina get a fourth, as Tobias Beck will come off. I think Rothman is the natural replacement on the bench, so on he comes. And then in 5 minutes, it'll probably be Luca Cannell off and Ben Williamson on. But we're just going to see out this one first with Real. Throwing into Messick by his own corner flag. And Carter gets it to Harbo in the central third. Chance to play wide, but just go short to Carter instead. And it's out to Anyembi with David Palmer. And Harbo, over halfway, gives it away. Then wins it back. He's fighting hard out there, is Harbo. Third time he's beaten though. The ball's away to Gabriel. And Arsenal are surely going to create something. Gabriel goes back to his keeper Ramsdale. There's definitely no sort of panic from them yet. As the long ball forward finds Tierney. And I'm kind of regretting my sub up front now, to be honest. I should have gone to Vicky. As Tierney gets down the left to Saka. Back to Dominguez. Finds Rodri. Space to run into again. And his long distance strike is definitely on target this time. Lerche was easily able to save the first. That one is in the top corner. 2-2, Williamson on. Can we hold on for the draw? It would still be an incredible result. Well, we're into the final 30 seconds before stoppage time. And I'm afraid I'm going to have to do the dirty. Because I really want a result out of this match. So we're going to drop to cautious. We're going to drop our fullbacks into defensive duties. Harbo in centre mid. Just hold your shape for a minute, lad. And then the two wingers will drop to support as well. A draw at home to Arsenal. Forget the first 10 minutes. At the start of the night would have been an absolute dream. It's crucial for the coefficient. And for us getting third in this group, looking at Astana getting battered at Fiorentina, a bonus point here could be the difference. And it could give us a little leeway. I'm going to slow the pace down there. We're still going to counter, I think. But otherwise, I think we leave it at that. Let's just hope that at 2-2, we can cling on for a precious point. Because these fans will love it. We've got 4 minutes added on. We're halfway through them. There's nothing just yet. Arsenal have dominated the stats. But they gifted us 2 sloppy goals at the start. And that will maybe be the best result we ever have in this save. Viborg 2. Arsenal's first team 2. And given the start and maybe the fact that the game changed when Sampaio went off, we could be disappointed. But I'm not. We've just drawn with a top Premier League side. Let's get through the dressing room. We're going to praise the lads. That is an exceptional effort. Who recovers for Sunday though? Fitness test time, and despite technically being in good condition, Sampaio will not play today. We probably have to be careful with Anyembi, who started to have lots of injuries again this season, as Bromby are off the mark in style. So we are going to focus on who's fit out of our 11. I don't know how many it's going to be, but only 2 changes being recommended is probably a good sign. Let's get through the team selection. What have we got? Anyembi, Palmer and Sampaio. They're the 3 that have got to go. This is going to be our team for today. So it's Burr in at right back, Williamson in the middle, Navicki and Park into the front 3. 4 changes made overall. Esbjerg away. Last time we were here, we won the title. Can we stay on top of the Danish Superliga with a win again here today? Time to find out if we're going to struggle with European hangovers this year. We struggled with the warm-up to it last weekend, so let's tell the lads to go out there and impress us. A few motivated, a few changes, but overall, I would expect a result. Well, an unconvincing start, though we have got a corner with just over 10 gone. And to be honest, in the games where we've won comfortably this year, that is what we've relied on. We've relied on set-piece goals. We've looked really brittle on the counter-attack. And either that or we've won 1-0 and not taken chances, as Burr gets it to Carter at the back. Long forward towards Park, but he doesn't get there. And it's into Ngonj, who finds Sorensen. Support from Larson in midfield. Sorensen turns on it again. He's put Ngonj in one-on-one. And it's another sloppy start. Lerche forced to the rescue. It's out for a corner kick. The hosts on top. And here they come. Outswinger from Egerland. Loads of players in the box. Beck heads away at the front post. We cling on. 0-0. Both sides have had a chance, but nothing really convincing yet. And this is the additional problem with multiple games a week. How many injuries are we going to pick up from tired players? So we are going to have to bring on Luca Cannell very early. He'll stay as the centre midfielder on attack. Williamson as the box-to-box. And hopefully we won't get any more, because that is not ideal for a key man. And it's an Esbjerg free kick as well, into the back post. And Lerche's let it in. We're going to VAR. I didn't see anything wrong with it. I'm hoping our blushes will be spared, but I don't think they will. Goal awarded, 1-0 Esbjerg. The European hangovers begin. And they've got another free kick on the edge of the box. It's been an awful 5 minutes. Sorensen that time heads over, but completely unmarked. I don't know where it came from, as Cannell's got a corner up the other end. Messick can't win it. He's already on a booking too, as Vic gets it on the left. And I don't know if it's just the squad not fully settling yet, or if it's the fact that they're struggling with 2 or 3 games a week, as Burr on the right-hand side takes on his man to the byline. Chance to cross, goes back to Cannell. He finds Navicki, the striker. Not really had an impact yet in this game. Back to Burr again on the edge. Turns inside 2. Brilliant individual effort. And it's a good save to tip over the bar from the Esbjerg keeper. Corner kick. Another chance to nick a set-piece goal. Cannell's going to take it. An outswinger to the back post. Headed away for another one. The pressure is building. We could really do with getting level before the break. But without Sampaio, it's going to be tough, as Cannell delivers again. In-swinger left-footed. Fernandez heads away. And now they can counter. Thankfully, we don't see it. But we're going to be behind at half-time. And this first half of the season is going to get pretty tricky, I think. As Williamson gets the ball wide to Beck. He's challenged. And there's 20 seconds to the break. Can we get that goal? Real goes flying down the left. Got a chance to get to the byline here. There's men in the box if he finds them. Navicki's up. First one saved. Second one's blocked. and Pallison clears as far as Burr. There's 5 seconds to get the ball in the box again. Just deliver it. Beck's up at the back post. Header straight at the keeper. 1-0 is a very good start for Esbjerg, but there are no repeat of last year's jubilation. We had a great performance against Arsenal, and my word are we suffering for it now. And I tell the lads, I want a bit more desire, I want a bit more quality. Now let's get a reaction. As we're back just 4 minutes into the second half with Nowicki putting the ball straight through to Park. And it almost had an instant impact, that team talk. Tipped over for a corner kick, but really good from Nowicki. As it's a corner kick to be taken by Luca Canel. To the back post, Carter's up. We're just missing that magic from set pieces. And to be honest, looking at where they scored as well, they almost seem like a more physical side than us, which is something we don't often encounter. Egeland's offside, we get away with that counter, but it stays 1-0, and Esbjerg will be delighted. As it's a corner kick for Luca Canel to the back post again. Another one headed away by Sorensen. He's been absolutely monumental back there as Tobias Beck cuts in from the right to Witt. Inside to Williamson in the centre circle. Space to run into. Not had the best game, but no real option to take him off now with the Harbo injury. As Messick goes back to Carter. Being pressed, so just goes to Burr at right back. He's got space to run into. The support from the wing has gone as Nowicki's trying to cut inside. Here is Canel though. He delivers left-footed. Beck's up at the back post. And he's hit the woodwork. That's unfortunate. And if you look at the stats now, it's basically the reverse of the Arsenal game. We're dominating this one and don't know how we're behind. As Vic gives it to Rasmussen. Burr, as you would know him, to Canel. Back to Reel, who's cut inside again. Into Williamson. Shots wide. We're going to have to make changes in a minute. The two that have come in, Williamson and Parker struggling, and Beck struggling for fitness too. Messick's nervous. He's had a poor game. Let's change all 4. And there are our 5 changes. Schroeder stays on the bench with the young keeper. Behrens is out for a month injured. And with 25 to go, we need a lifesaver. Who's it going to be? As Nowicki gets the ball on the right from Burr. Makes it a 1-2. Burr storming down the right as he has all game. Finds Nowicki at the byline. Back to Rasmussen again. Burr delivers the cross. Rothman's up. Back down for Blaham. Can't quite get there. And he's lacking match sharpness. He hasn't played a lot. And it shows as Jakobsen keeps the ball in possession. And then passes it straight to Ngonge. It's so poor. It's so disjointed. And this is the issue with the changes every week. We look like a different side. As Blomberg gets it back to Larson. To the edge of the box. Canel intercepts. Can we break? Long downfield. Blaham's got in behind. Brilliantly timed run. 1-on-1. Puts it wide. Oh, this is going to be a long season. The Sundays after Thursdays are going to be difficult. We're 1-0 down. We cannot find a breakthrough. We've dominated this match. I can't even say it's a hangover performance. It's just not had the cutting edge. As Canel into Blaham. Over again. At least he's getting in the position, but he's not taking the chances. We're going to encourage the lads. We're into the final 10. Burr's now got a knock, but we've got no subs left. I'm going to go attacking to chase the game. Can we find an equaliser? A draw's a good result based on this. At least we know the other sides are in the same boat. 5 minutes added on. We've gone very attacking. It's done nothing. We've had 4 times the shots, over twice the amount on target, over 4 times the expected goals. But we've not made it count. 1-0 Esbjerg, disjointed going forward. And unfortunately, we might lose our place at the top of the table. Well, I spot 2 very big double headers coming up. We're going to leave the first one because it's just too close. Midtjylland away, then Fiorentina at home. But go a couple of games later. Copenhagen at home, the side that we went to the final day with last year, and Fiorentina away, then Bromby away as well. We're going to be back in that week. If you're looking forward to it, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. Very contrasting emotions today with a stunning effort against Arsenal, but it's really affecting the league form. I can't see us winning the title the way we are here. If you're looking forward to finding out if we can get this team and all the new players more settled though, please do subscribe and turn that notification bell on. Keep your eyes peeled for the schedule update following the end of the Hemel save. That'll come tomorrow on the community tab. Let me know in the comments too what you think of the new signings. Will they eventually settle in and become good parts of the squad? And should we think about keeping Williamson longer term? I hope you're looking forward to the rest of the season. In the meantime though, all the other key playlists and links to the Twitch channel in the eye above. But thank you for watching as always. I'll put the last Hemel episode above my head now. Please do give it a try if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time for more big Europa League action.